About 3 miles north.
I'll do all the answer.
Got the flag.
They asked any big old place back there.
Got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Right next door.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know nothing about.
They watched me.
Well, I know.
Yeah, evergreens, they had all kinds of stuff there.
They do that quick.
Sometimes we. Even working in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You know anything about this? I was gonna say, that's an email, that one's right.
down pat now.
For now, we just gotta figure out how to pan it.
I
don't know, I think it's gotta be 30 feet, I'm looking.
That's what I picked up that first.
That's what I'm.
That's what
Somebody would.
We didn't even get to.
Somebody knows I look at it. I was just trying to look at different.
We got the water cycle report for Reynolds.
Hello, how you doing?
No,
I know. It's okay.
Good.
My father-in-law's still in the house.
Really? It's like a double win.
It is.
Well, we left behind it.
You ever gonna get anything done this week?
Oh, that's what it, yeah, and it says that too.
I told him.
It's nice. And then when I it started to rain. Mr. Gray. Hey, you.
You ever heard of Virgin on Ditch?
Come down and enjoy your trailers.
We don't need.
They're trying to. Neighbors are trying to.
He had a blood drive at the VFW last Saturday, so we got over about 1:30. Yeah, and then it was gonna rain all day Sunday. And I was like, oh, it's gonna be cold.
What do you have?
One right here.
Anyway.
I asked what. Picture up this morning.
That means you should be gone.
And
And I.
No. Yeah.
I don't know why they were.
That's one of my little scary things that I know. Why do you see her? Well,
It's weird because I go to you and there's a meeting. I will call them tomorrow. And make sure. His son was the mayor.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, this weekend. Yeah. Well, yes, that is. I think it's-
When I came by, with the land. You know,
Then I Yeah, she texted me, yeah, she said I would, I just something, but my dad.
The other is.
Yeah, let's change her. I'll be there before 8:30.
The second line is a lot. Just do Oh, I know. It just moves.
You're welcome.
They're gonna keep doing it.
At least it's not a no. Right. Did you figure it out? I'm not even ready. Can it get enough? Which words?
Zero right here. Yeah, around that. Very good.
Say the same couple, yeah.
Which one?
You could actually do that, so she- We'll make you a doctor.
I mean, and if they want to mini line.
He said, no.
I don't. She needs to be making.
I watched him. Yeah.
That one movie. Side or side.
Yeah. I don't know.
You can give us the plus one because. Anybody complaining, it's we got it.
It's.
Go to the door, it's counter.
I didn't give you guys after we do whatever, I get sleep. I didn't.
3 minutes.
There's no way I can be honest, and I did this one for me. We just had to go.
You never get to go.
It would be a big. We saw that the baby shower, so my baby was trying to stay.
What did you get?
Why they.
Now, at least 2 or 3 days.
Absolutely. So there's three different guys. And go out there and tell her that's.
Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everyone. A very nice night, but we need to make. Everybody get online and look at the minutes from the last meeting. Is there any discussion or corrections? Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Is there a second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Okay, Kramer Beach report.
Kramer Beach crew here.
Yeah,
You want it on the agenda?
most of the physical work is done. We just received our barbecue grill, so we will get that installed. Talked to Tracy. There's some old pier sections that were left on the property that weren't put in. It's late enough in the season, so I asked for them to be removed. And we may ask the highway department to put in another small section of guardrail. There's kind of a wide opening that can allow vehicles to get past the parking spots. So Tracy and I will talk about that.
Anything else on that? We appreciate everything you guys have done. Thank you.
They're having their, what? Yearly meeting, is that what
Our,
you're?
yeah, yearly,
Association.
general meeting is on the 17th, it's Saturday, the 17th.
So I'll be going to that,
Mm-hmm.
Saturday,
Okay.
just kind of, get to know everybody, and they've invited different speakers and stuff like that, correct?
Mhm.
And where do you meet?
At the Coons Lake Association building on Cherokee.
Is there any updates on the lawsuit that the Hogs have brought against the county?
Not really. Justin, maybe you can,
Yeah, what I can talk about really is pretty narrow, but.
Okay.
Me and another attorney are handling it for the county, because they. Brought it against the county, not the park board, because the park board is just an entity that really can't sue or be sued, so. We're handling it, won't be a quick process because it's in federal court, so. We'll let you know when there's resolution, but it's gonna be a while.
Can you tell us the basis of the lawsuit? Are you allowed to speak on that?
Yeah, sure. The complaint's a matter of public record, so it's kind of a complicated issue. They are alleging taking without just compensation, which is a federal claim, which is why they brought it in a federal court. We are, again, I'm partnering with an attorney out of Plymouth. She's a very, very good attorney. The county has used her before. And we feel confident in our position, but it's at the very beginning. Federal cases, they don't move fast because those judges don't move fast. I've got to just give you an idea. I have a federal case I'm handling that I'm on year 4 now. So it'll take a while, but I'll let you know as soon as updates are available. Again, we're not trying to hide the ball. It's just, it's not really good practice to talk about lawsuits in an open meeting because open meetings are open to the public, including the party that's suing you. So
Yes, sir.
didn't want anyone to think we're hiding the ball. It just takes a while.
So basically what they're saying, the state took away their lakefront? Is that
No,
what you're saying?
they're saying that the county took property of theirs, and we're trying to figure out what property they're talking about without just compensation. So, again, we believe it's non-meritorious, but of course, we're biased in favor of the county.
Didn't they do a survey that showed them where their property line was, that it didn't include the beach?
Maybe you'll have, I'm sorry, who's asking the question?
I am.
Yeah, maybe, go and ask them. So they could have it. I don't know if they recorded that survey. Again, it's all kind of wrapped up in a litigatory process.
Just remember, anybody can sue for almost anything.
And
they do.
And they do.
Yeah, they do. So as long as the attorneys are handling it, I'm not gonna worry about it. They'll let us know. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm getting our peer permit approval.
okay, unfortunately, we don't have any news. We have nothing solid other than as of yesterday. Caitlin from the DNR said that it is still under review, and it could be a while. So with that being said, as always, there's absolutely nothing we can do beyond what we have so far. And again, great thanks to Tom and Gary for what they've done to get the people that get into the water. It's just, we're at a wait and see. And as soon as we know something, believe me, we're gonna let everybody know.
And that, I'm sorry, was for what issue?
For the piers permitted for the beach, for the boats.
Investment.
Oh, in Bass Lake.
Right. That's all I have on that. Same old story, kind of.
Okay. Status of current mooring customers. Signs for notice.
Well, just to update, we ran out of room. The customers that we could fit in have their boats, they're in the water. Some have their lift station, some are just augered in. But unfortunately, we have no more room because we had to leave room for when the piers do go in. So the signs are up for people that know that there is no overnight mooring. We do have some day boaters that have come in. They're being respectful. They're leaving in at the end of the afternoon. So it's working as best as it can right now.
Nick, I'm gonna, this was what we sent to you guys on that DNR, I think that the DNR had to send this to us before you had to go ahead and sign that, and I don't know if all of you have read it, it's just kind of. If we do get the grant, what we need to do, you know, if we take trees out, we gotta put trees in, if we take grass out, we have to put grass in.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, what she's talking about is we got this notice from the DNR. I think it's for the grant that we applied for. If we get the grant, this is guidelines as to things we have to do to protect the lake, to protect the wildlife, protect the fauna, vegetation. It's just an information thing for us in case we get the grant. These are things that when we hire a contractor to do, if we get the grant, we hire somebody to do the work, they have to be able to report to the DNR that they've done all these things to protect the environment. I think that's it.
pretty much,
So it doesn't make any difference if we don't get the grant, but if we get the grant, then we'll have to hire someone and they'll have to follow these guidelines that the DNR set out for us. Okay, anything else on that? Superintendent's report?
most of this, some of this is gonna pertain to Bass Lake. I don't know if at the last meeting, we do have the lift station completely. It's brand new, it's working, it's running, we've had 0 issues, knock on wood. During the time we were waiting for that fuse box or that electric panel to come in, we did have to use DSNS, to keep pumping us out. That was, 3-4 weeks ago when we got that 4 or 5 inches of rain, which was horrible. We paid him about $5,500. He was coming 3 times a day to pump that out because we had no pumps at that time. That's all taken care of. We're doing good on all of that. We did get new signs out there. Angelina said the mooring signs, we got the no dogs on sand beach signs. We got speed limit signs on the campground, handicap signs, just things that just needed
Donations
replaced
on
or
there, that's a good
hadn't
one.
been there. Did go to Otis, we had, we put on the fence, a sign that we rent kayaks now, you know, $10 an hour. Also made a big sign, which if you go by there, it's a big sign that says Save Our Beach House. And I found a picture from 1940 of the beach house that we put on this side of it, and then a picture of it now. It's pretty cool. So if you go out there, stop and look at that. Haven't gotten anything yet, but it's early. We did put the security lights on the garage area back there, and the bathroom area on the campground were all out. So we did get new security lights for that. We had, was that last weekend or the weekend before?
Last weekend.
Forest event, World Environment Day. It was the first that we had. The Northern Community Foundation, Northern Indiana Community Foundation took care of most of that, but I was there all day. The first day we had about 12 people attend, and it was walking trails. There were different speakers, forest people that were speaking and talking about trees, this and that. The second day, I think there was like 6 or 7. They provided lunch for everybody. We had little bags for the kids with crayons and color books and things like that for kids, rock painting and different things. So it was pretty neat. Turned out good. The community foundation pretty much took care of all the expense on it. We just provided the forest. Hopefully next year we can, you know, make it bigger. And it was on Sunday and Monday. I think the Monday was, you know, a little difficult because people had to work and stuff, but I think Bruce was happy with that. I am going to get with Rick. Bruce gave me the list of all the signs that he wants to put on 8. And then what's your road? 1025, the arrows on how to get to the forest and stuff. And then he's got different years, like 1976 tree planting that he wants in different areas out there, which, you know, small little signs, which I think will be pretty nice. Did have one of my friends, she was wondering if she could build, I don't know if you've ever seen like those little book libraries on the road around, you take a book and put a book back in. Well, she wants to make a beach library with beach toys like that. So we'll put it on the beach and somebody can take a toy and put a toy in. She's gonna donate it. I thought that was kind of cute idea. Even if we have to put dollar store toys in it or something, you know.
Right.
Other than that, everything's going really, really smooth. The gate did really good on Memorial Day, did good. Hasn't been doing that good during the week, you know, the kids are just now getting out of school. A lot of graduations and weddings and, you know, things like that. Sunday, of course, it was cloudy and rain. That wasn't good. Last week was very, very windy all week. Saturday was good. Haven't really had, we tried to have somebody that week that it was 90. Yes, it was good, but not really having anyone there during the week right now until the weather straightens up a little more, you know, like yesterday and today, and it's just not worth it. Tomorrow's free day and we'll just have to watch the weather. I just kind of go day to day with the kids on when they can come in and, or when they, you know, we need them. But everything I think is going pretty smooth on everything.
That's good. Okay. Financial report.
I think it looks good. I went through it. You guys are doing a good job with the budget. You're in good, pretty good shape and, you know, good job.
Thanks. All our hard work's paying off now. Financial report, other than, yeah, you know, NIPSCO has went up a little bit. Campers started coming in last month, which is gonna happen. Jack Campagna was the one that installed the lift station and all of that, so we paid him $5,000 for all of the installation, cleaning out. He had to have DS&S pump that completely out. They went down and power washed it, and it was kind of a big ordeal. Wired the electrical panel, all of that. Paid Troyer $2,730. That's their, like, they're on track with their monthly, but then half of that was the actual grant. The grant was submitted June 1st, so that had to be paid for. Other than that, just, you know, normal bills. I did bring, this paper that you guys have is what I give to Rachel, the auditor, at the end of each month. Just kind of categorizes what's making what where. You can take that home and look at it. As you can see, like the gate fee, kayak, you know, stuff like that has started to pick up now. Where before it was all just seasonal campers. Weekend campers, I think we are getting pretty full.
Just about every weekend, we are capacity. And we get calls every day.
Which
So
is
now
exciting.
last year we had the 7 sites for people coming in. I almost wish we had them back, but it didn't make sense because they weren't always booked. But I mean, that's, I think 100% attributed to the fact that we now have a campground that looks good and people might want to stay there. Same with our beach picking up. It's a lot to do with the efforts of everybody that's worked so hard to get it where it is.
We've had tent campers quite a bit, more so than
Yeah.
off and on. People, you know, just passing by for the day and need a place to spend the night.
I got a call today from a couple that came last week and had never been. They just came for an overnight and said, we loved it so much. Can we have a permanent site next weekend for 2 nights? So I mean, it's positive feedback like that that makes us feel good about what we're doing.
Good.
It does help that the campers keep their sites on pretty nice
And
too.
it's why I said it's an effort of everybody.
Pat them
The
on
place
back
looks,
too.
the place looks amazing and it is a lot of the seasonals.
A lot of the things.
Yep, we drive by.
Okay.
Something new all the time.
Sir, I have a question since we're under financial. Can you talk about the grant
that was awarded or briefly surmise what happened with the council and where this $500,000 figure and the stuff floating around? Can you talk about, somebody talk about that? Because
Sure.
there's all kind of rumors flying around and.
That's what this DNR. is,
Okay.
They're the ones that award the grant. And Tracy knows more about it than I do, but we have to have matching funds. So the Starke County Council has approved giving us 500
575,000.
as a matching grant,
If we get the grant,
if we get the
big
grant.
if, yeah.
Because we have to have a match in order to get it. So they assured us that if we're awarded the grant, they will kick in the 575,000 as a match, okay?
It is a federal grant, the Land and Water Conservation Fund. It was submitted June 1st. Troyer, who we are using for all of that legal work, said we probably would hear something around August. And that's kind of all I know. I mean, I received a couple of things from, just thank you for submitting your grant from the Land and Water Conservation Fund, but this was one more paper that they needed. And they're good about that, if we forgot something or need something else, they just contact you. And but I believe that was the biggest hurdle, was getting the money from the county to match us, if we get it.
There was some rumors, whatever it may be, of actually getting money, and I'm like, that doesn't sound right. So that's
Well,
why I brought it up
they
in
did-
the open meeting
the-
to serve for
The
clarification.
council did say if we did not get the grant, that they would still help us out.
We'll still have money to do things, but not on the grand scale we'd like. We can work on the bathhouses, the things that need done.
Yeah, actually, if we get the grant, well, the reason we're, the purpose of it would be to redo the bathhouse. That's out
The
there,
beach house.
the beach house, and to redo the bathrooms that are there. The ones both, it's my understanding, in the campground and at the beach, both. And then maybe some other minor improvements, but those are the major improvements. And as far as the bathhouse, it would still be the same footprint. We're not gonna enlarge it or anything, but if we get the grant, the objective is to restore it, and they're gonna put a kitchen back into it, and restrooms and
New windows.
new windows, and just, bring it back to make it look good, and make it usable. So that's where we are, but
Thank you.
yeah, and if we get the grant, then it's gonna probably take a year and a half to do the project. We'll have to let, bid it out to contractors and see who is gonna bid on it.
Of course, we wouldn't want to do it during season, so.
But we're all hopeful. It'd be nice.
He did
Okay.
say last year that everybody that applied got the grant. Just depends how many people apply. So that was kind of encouraging, but you never know.
Thank you.
Well, claims and paying 18 bills, do we need a motion on that?
Yes,
Somebody make a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the claims and pay the bills.
Is there a second on that? All in favor? Aye. Any other business anybody wants to bring up for the board? Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm wondering, the contract, has it been paid in full and all their work's done with the septic tanks and
The lift station.
the lift station?
Yes, I wanted to bring that up too. Randy said the health department was out there. State health board or whoever,
Inspector.
inspector. He suggested that we not move the dump station for now. In talking with Jack Campagna that did all the work also. It's right in the middle of season. You don't want all that mess, number one. So we got to talking that maybe we can wait until next spring, because when you have the most problems is in the spring with all the water.
We've had no problems with that.
We kind of did when we had that 4 or 5 inches of rain, we're getting some sort of
You did?
groundwater in there. that the Conservancy District
Wait a minute,
is.
you don't know where the groundwater came. from.
No, but that's what we're saying. We're gonna wait until next spring and try to figure out where that's all coming from, so we can work with
What's
the,
what's it
gonna cost? What are they saying?
to what?
To move that to the back.
The downstairs.
Oh, I think he didn't really give me a cost on it yet because we put it on hold now till next spring. But if we do that, I will definitely get estimates on that and everything. If we do that, our main concern next spring is to. We think that clay pipe somewhere is leaking a lot of groundwater. And we're gonna try to work with the Conservancy District because all of our lift station goes into their lift station. And if it's broke somewhere, which we think it is, we're either gonna have to bore on the side of it or. I'm not the engineer. Jack's got,
That's really, I mean.
Jack's
looking
got
at it
different.
through the camper size, that's the only thing in there that hasn't failed since we've been. camping.
Well, and that was another thing. It's working right now, so let's just leave it.
Yeah, it's never had a problem.
You know, it was a good thought at the beginning. Right, it was a good thought at the beginning that was mentioned to it, blah, 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 but
Yeah,
we're just gonna let it lay.
the only way that you're going to know what that pile is doing is to film it.
I was gonna say cameras.
The
Yeah,
only way you're gonna tell.
right, and we're not gonna do that now in the middle
Yeah,
of
right,
season.
but what I'm saying
I,
is.
and another
you
thing I
can't-
said,
Yes. You gotta film it.
You know what happened the last time we attempted to do that?
No, I don't know,
We couldn't get 3 inches in to get a film.
because that was a different
That was a
line.
different one.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys understand how that works.
Jack told me that it goes out, they do meet,
They do meet, but it's after
go
where we
into-
found.
right,
The,
yeah,
They-
he explained that, but. So,
and it
we're
could be leaking like a sieve in there,
right,
you don't know.
right,
Well, from before the new lift station went in and their pumps weren't in there working and DS&S was pumping out after that rain, it was just, I mean, a constant flow, just
Yes.
swooshing in, which is why you had to pump it out 3 times in a day because you couldn't stop the amount of groundwater coming in.
Where's it come from?
Yeah,
You don't know.
well, according to Jordan, it's broken pipes and the manholes, but we don't know.
and I
You
said,
don't know
well,
either.
come next spring, we'll have a new budget too.
Yeah, I mean, because there's just no way to know
Right,
until you put a camera down.
right,
And that's what we all want to do, stick a camera down it and see, because it could be leaking on both lines.
what do they say, if it's not broke, don't fix it, or something like that?
But you also
Well,
don't want to ruin your phone.
I know, and that was another thing, all that groundwater, he said, will hurt your pumps, so. I mean, if you're right, I mean, it's not gonna hurt it in 4 or 5 months, but
No.
in the long run, it will, all that sand and stuff going through it, so. It'll be in the future, but probably next spring future, you
The
know.
back looks really nice, by the way.
The what?
Tire's all gone and everything looks really.
Oh,
nice.
yeah, I was out there this morning, just,
Very nice.
they were picking up the last tires. And then Randy said he had them rake it out a little bit, so I haven't seen that yet,
Yeah,
so,
looks really good.
good, good.
You guys are doing a tremendous job. Absolutely
Thanks.
tremendous. A lot of times that spent with nothing being done,
Yeah.
you guys have caught up a lot of years in just a short period of time. So
That's what I said, this was our
Nice.
hardest year. Now we just maintain and it'll be smooth sailing, hopefully. Quit laughing.
off? No. All right. Good job, ladies. Good job.
Well, it's a group
It's-
effort.
it's a
Believe
lot
me,
of it.
there's a lot of volunteers. There's Randy, there's Sharon,
Yeah.
there's Bev,
It's
there's
all-
Rick, everybody has come together. and-
Even the campers, anytime I ask for, help or anything, they're always there to
It's all greatly appreciated.
try and help me.
Any
Try to
other
figure it out.
business? Anything else anyone wants to talk about? No hands, so I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor? We are adjourned.
Is this a record? I didn't have a lot.
Thank you all for coming.
Oh.
Well, sorry.